What's up, Crim Heist? Welcome to another Criminology educational video. And for today's video discussion, we will be discussing law enforcement organization and administration. By the way, my name is Sean Francis Sandiego, also known as the Professor. Before we jump into our discussion, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Professor, and hit the notification bell for you to be updated for my next video upload. So what to expect here in our video discussion. So first, we will be discussing the police organizational units and its principles. Second is I will give you an overview about the Department of Interior Local Government, such as giving you the brief history and also the powers and functions of the ILG. Next is Introduction to Philippine National Police. So I will give you an overview about the Philippine National Police, their organizational structure, and their system of appointment. So, first would be the police organizational units. So, meron yung tatlo. First is functional units, then line units, and the last one would be territorial units. So, for functional units, divided yan sa bureau, division, section, and unit. So, let's give an example by, in explaining them, let's use an example. So, for functional units, gamitin natin si DILG. DILG is a department. And ang sinasabi rito that functional units is divided into bureau. Bureau is the largest organic functional unit within a large department. DILG is the department and subdivided siya sa tri-bureau. The tri-bureau of the DILG, which is PNP, BJMP, and BFP. So yun yung bureau. PNP, BFP, and BJMP. And kunin natin yung isang bureau dun sa tri-bureau. So, kunyari, kunin natin si PNP. Si PNP, nahahati pa yan sa mga divisions. Ito yung divisions, a primary subdivision of the bureau. And yung mga divisions sa PNP, nahahati pa yan sa mga sections. These are functional unit within a division that is necessary for specialization or for their specific functions. And yung mga sections sa PNP, nahahati pa yan sa mga units. And those units are the smallest functional group within an organization. Next police organizational unit will be line units. For line units, these are personnel or human resources that has a direct interaction to the public. So for functional units, again, as I discussed on my last video discussion, these are designed to work or perform specific tasks depending on their functions or specializations. While line units, it includes patrol, traffic, and criminal investigation units. And these three activities has a direct interaction to the people or community. The third police organizational unit will be the geographic or territorial units. So, nahahati yan sa post, route, beat, sector, and area. When we say post, this is a fixed point or location to which an officer is assigned for duty, while route, a length of streets designed for patrol purposes. This also known as line beat. For beat, it is an area assigned for patrol purposes, so it may be used foot patrol or motorized patrol. And the next one would be sector, an area containing two or more beats, routes, or motorized. And the last one would be area, a section or territorial division of a large city, each comprised of designated districts. So, kung alam natin, the cities are divided into different districts, and ayun yung area. Tinatawag natin na area in the police organizational unit. Next is the principles of police organization. So first in our list would be the chain of command. A line or chain of superiors from top to bottom. It holds that successive person in the chain of command, from the first level supervisor to the chief of police, must be given an opportunity to deal with those incidents for which he or she is responsible. It is an unbroken line of authority that links all persons in an organization and defines who reports to whom. When we say chain of command, ito yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng authority or ng command or ng power. So for example, the chain of command is from the first chain of command, which is the chief PNP, and the second in command would be the deputy directors. So yun yung chain of command. Ito yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng authority sa isang organization. So from top to bottom, going from the chief going to the first level supervisor. Next is unity of command. This means each individual unit and or situation should be under the control of only one direct unit supervisor. So, kailangan yung isang unit or each individual unit, accountable siya sa isang supervisor lang. So, isa lang dapat ang nagko-command sa kanila. It is based on the belief that an individual should be responsible to one and only one person at any given time and in any given situation. Kasi mahirap nga naman na sa isang grupo ay maraming leaders or maraming nag-uutos. Kailangan isa lang yung supervisor nyo or isa lang yung nagtitake ng command. Next would be span of control. When we say span of control, an officer or supervisor should not have more subordinates than he can effectively supervise, manage, or control. Ang sinasabi lang sa span of control is that supervisor has the maximum person or subordinates that can effectively handle or manage. So, ano yung mga factors na nakaka-apekto sa span of control? Nandyan yung type and complexity of the work performed or gagawin nila na trabaho, the skills, training, and experience of the subordinates, the degree of specialization ng grupo na yon doon sa tatrabahuhin nila or sa gagawin nilang trabaho, and the last one would be the knowledge, skills, and experience of the supervisor, yung magmamanage or yung magsusupervise doon sa unit or sa grupo. Next would be delegation of authority. So, bago natin alamin si delegation of authority, alamin muna natin yung mga tao. When we say delegate, it is a person sent or authorized to represent others. So, ibig sabihin siya yung nabigyan ng authority or power. When we say delegate, ito yung nagbigay or distributes or authorized the delegate. So, ano ba si delegation of authority? Si delegation of authority, it is the division of task, command among the officers of the various units. The authority that the chief delegated to an officer is not total authority of the chief. So, ibig sabihin, binibigyan niya lang ng some authority or part of the authority ni chief yung kanyang delegate or binibigyan lang ng authority ni si delegate para gawin or i-perform yung specific function na meron si delegee. So, a good example is si Chief of Police, isa sa mga trabaho niya is to make reports. So, gumawa ng mga written reports about the activities in the police station. Therefore, hindi naman niya kayang gawin lahat yon because marami yon. Marami pa siyang other responsibilities. Therefore, si Chief of Police, i-delegate niya yung trabaho na yon in creating reports isa-isa sa mga subordinates niya. So, that's delegation of authority. Giving power or task or division of tasks or authority. Next would be command responsibility. It means that the commander is directly responsible for any act or omission of his subordinates in relation to the performance of their official duties. So, ang sinasabi lang dito sa command responsibility is that the supervisor or the chief or the commander is accountable in all of the actions of his or her subordinates in relation to the performance of their official duties. So, a good example is pag sa police station or pagka sa Philippine National Police, meron silang operation and their subordinates is nag-fail sila because they are covering some illegal operations. So, pag kami mga ganun nababalita, di ba, naririnig natin na pati yung station commander or yung pinaka-head ng station is natatanggal din or nagiging floating status. Yun ay dahil sa command responsibility kasi it is presumed that the actions of your subordinates in performing their official duties ay accountable ka doon. Next would be Department of Interior and Local Government. So, just to give you a brief history, the present DILG traces its root from the Philippine Revolution of 1897. On March 22, 1897, the Katipunan government established the first Department of Interior at the Tejeros Convention. In 1950, the department was abolished and its functions were transferred to the Office of the Local Government, later renamed Local Government and Civil Affairs Office, under the Office of the President. In 1972, Presidential Decree No. 1 created the Department of Local Government and Community Development through the Implementation No. 7 on November 1, 1972. 10 years later, or In 1982, the DLGCD was reorganized and renamed Ministry of Local Government by virtue of Executive Order number 777. And in 1987, it was further reorganized and this time renamed Department of Local Government by virtue of Executive Order number 262. On December 13, 1990, the DLG underwent reorganization into what is known now as the Department of Interior and Local Government by virtue of Republic Act 6975, also known as the DILG Act of 1990. The law also created the PNP out of the Philippine Constabulary and Integrated National Police, also known as the PCINP, which together with the NAPOLCOM was integrated under the new DILG. Kasama rin ditong binuo yung BFP, BJMP, and Philippine Public Safety College and absorbed the National Action Committee on Anti-Hijacking from the Department of National Defense or DND. So the reference of the brief history is from the DILG website. So DILG shall be headed by Secretary who shall be appointed by the President subject to the confirmation of the Commission on Appointments. The Department of Interior Local Government is under the Executive Department kasi under siya ng Office of the President. And responsibility niya is to promote peace and order and ensuring public safety and strengthening the capability of local government units to effectively deliver basic services to the citizenry. So ano yung mga following agencies that are attached to DILG? Nandyan si BFP, BJMP, Local Government Academy, the NAPOLCOM, PNP, and the Philippine Public Safety College. So what are the powers and functions of DILG? Assist the President in the exercise of general supervision over local governments. So ito yung mga barangay and mga local governments. Advise the President in the promulgation of policies, rules and regulations, and other issuances of the general supervision over the local governments on public order and safety. Establish and prescribe rules, regulations, and other issuances implementing laws on public order and safety, the general supervision over local governments, and the promotion of local autonomy and community empowerment, and monitor compliance thereof. Provide assistance towards legislation regarding local government law enforcement and public safety. Establish and prescribe plans, policies, programs, and projects to promote peace and order, ensure public safety, and further strengthen the administrative, technical, and fiscal capabilities of local government offices and personnel. Formulate plans, policies, which will meet local emergencies arising from natural and man-made disasters. Establish a system of coordination and cooperation among the citizenry, local executives, and the department to ensure effective and efficient delivery of basic services to the public. Organize and train, equip primarily for the performance of police function, a police force that is national in scope and civilian in character, as per the DILG Act of 1990. Next would be the Tri-Bureau of the DILG. So, I expect, especially to criminology students, na alam yung Tri-Bureau of the DILG. So, the Tri-Bureau of the DILG is composed of PNP or the Philippine National Police, BJMP, which is the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, and BFP, which is Bureau of Fire Protection. First is the Philippine National Police. So, ano mga powers and functions ni PNP? So, pahapyawan lang natin siya. So, first is law enforcement, maintenance of peace and order, prevent crimes, effect the arrest of criminal offenders, bring offenders to justice, and assist in their prosecution. Exercise the general powers to make arrests, search and seizure in accordance with the Constitution and pertinent laws. Detain an arrested person for a period not beyond what is prescribed by law. Issue license for the possession of firearms and explosives in accordance with law. Supervise and control the training and operations of security agencies. While for Bureau of Fire Protection, be responsible for the prevention and suppression of all destructive fires. Be responsible for the enforcement of the fire code and other related laws. It shall have the power to investigate all causes of fire, and if necessary, file the proper complaints with the city or provincial prosecutor who has the jurisdiction over the case. All elements of the BFP among the diction of the President assist the AFP in meeting the national emergency. Also, BFP shall establish at least one fire station with adequate personnel, facilities, and equipments in every provincial capital city and municipality subject to the standard rules and regulations as may be promulgated. Next is BJMP or the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. So ano yung mga powers and functions nila? Formulate policies, guidelines in the administration of all district, city, and municipal jails nationwide. Bakit walang provincial jails? Because as we all know, provincial jails are under the provincial government. Implement strong security measures for the control of inmates. Provide for the basic needs of the inmates. Conduct activities for the development of inmates such as rehabilitation programs. Improve jail facilities. Promote general welfare and development of personnel. Now, let's go to the introduction to Philippine National Police. So for the Philippine National Police, let us discuss the composition. So the initial composition of the PNP is consisted of the members of PCINP. So yan, di ba? Diniscuss ko na kanina that the initial composition of the Philippine National Police is the PCINP or the Philippine Constabulary and Integrated National Police. So this is the PNP organizational structure. So i-discuss ko lang sa inyo kung bakit naging line and staff type of organization si Philippine National Police. As we all know, line and staff type of organization is a combination of functional type and line type. So ano ba si functional type? Functional type, the organization is divided into different divisions depending on their functions or specializations. As we all know, dito sa organizational structure ni PNP, nakadivide siya into different divisions or units with separate functions or specializations. Bakit naman naging line unit si PNP? As we all know, line type of organization, it is the simplest organization or military type of organization. Ang pinapakita dito is the unbroken line of authority or connection in between the units or divisions or yung mga tao sa organization. As we all know, dito si PNP, from the chief PNP, walang broken line. It is an unbroken line of authority from the chief of the PNP, or which is the highest rank or position in the Philippine National Police, going down to its lowest mammals or the lowest positions in the Philippine National Police. There is an unbroken line. So kaya siya natawag na line type of organization. While functional type siya kasi it is divided into different units or divisions with specific functions or specializations. So that's why Philippine National Police is a line and staff type of organization. Next would be the key positions of the PNP. So the head of the PNP with the rank of Police General shall have the position title of the Chief of the PNP. The second in command of the PNP with the rank of Chief of the Police Lieutenant General shall be the Deputy Chief of the PNP for administration. The third in command is the Deputy Chief of the PNP for operations with the rank of Police Lieutenant General. At the national office, the directorial staff or the head of the directorial staff shall be known as the Police Lieutenant General with the position of Chief of the Directorial Staff of the PNP. The heads of the various staff divisions in the directorial staff shall have the rank of Police Major General with the position title of the Director of the Directorial Staff of the respective functional divisions. The head of the Inspectorate Division with the rank of Police Brigadier General shall assume the position title of Inspector General. The heads of the Administrative and Operational Support Divisions shall have the rank of Police Brigadier General. The head of the NCR with the rank of Police Major General shall assume the position title of NCR Director. The heads of the regional offices with the rank of Police Brigadier General shall assume the position title of District Director. The heads of the NCR district offices with the rank of Police Brigadier General shall have the position title of District Director. The heads of the provincial office with the rank of Police Colonel shall be known as the Provincial Director, and the heads of the district offices with the rank of Police Lieutenant Colonel shall have the position of title of District Director, and the heads of municipalities or city offices with the rank of Police Major shall be known as the Chief of Police. Next would be the minimum qualifications for appointment into the Philippine National Police. So ano ba yung mga qualification na kailangan for you to be qualified for the position of patrolman or police officer 1? First is you need to be the citizen of the Philippines. So kailangan citizen ka ng Philippines. A person of good moral conduct, must have passed the psychiatric, psychological, or neuropsychiatric examination, drug test, and physical test. Must possess a formal baccalaureate degree from a recognized institution of learning. So, baccalaureate degree, 4-year degree course, and must have the eligibility in accordance with the standard set by the Commission. So, if you are a BS Criminology student, after you graduated, and you need to exam or you need to take the exam of, you need to take the Criminology's licensure examination or the board exam for criminologists for you to have the eligibility. Pero meron din namang other eligibilities such as the civil service professional eligibility and yung NAPOLCOM exam. Must not have been dishonorably discharged from military employment or dismissed from cause from any civilian position in the government. Must not have been convicted by final judgment of an offense or crime involving moral turpitude. Must be at least 1 meter and 62 centimeter for men. So, for male, 5'4", and for female is 5'2". Must weight not more than or less than 5 kilograms. Dun sa standard weights corresponding to his age, height, and sex. And the last one is the age qualification. So, kailangan 21 to 30 years old. Next is the appointment of PNP officers and members. Dalawa lang yan, permanent. No. The appointment of PNP officers and members for PO1 to SPO4, if you are assigned in regional offices, ang mag-a-appoint sa'yo is regional director. Pag ikaw ay nasa karami or nasa headquarters, ang mag-a-appoint sa'yo is the chief of PNP. Next is inspector to superintendent. You are appointed by the chief of PNP. So, ang mag-a-appoint sa'yo is si chief of PNP, recommended by your immediate supervisors, and attested by the Civil Service Commission. Next is Senior Superintendent to Deputy Director General. Ang mag-a-appoint is si President upon the recommendation of the Chief PNP with the proper endorsement of the Chairman of the Civil Service Commission and subject to the confirmation na ng COA or Commission on Appointment. Next is Director General. But ang nag-a-appoint na dyan or yung Chief PNP ang mag-a-appoint na dyan is yung President. At mamimili siya among the senior officers down to the rank of Chief Superintendent or Brigadier General in the service, subject to the confirmation of the Commission on Appointment. Next would be the waivers for initial appointments. So, nandiyan si age, height, weight, and educational attainment. For age, as we all know, the age qualification is 21 to 30. Pero pwede ka mag-waiver if you are 20 years old or above 30. Pero hanggang 35 years old lang. For height, it is automatically granted only to cultural minorities or members of the cultural groups or minorities. For weight, you have to comply within 6 months. And for educational attainment, entered without a baccalaureate degree or possessed only at 72 college units is given 4 years to obtain. Next is status of PNP appointment. So, may dalawang status lang na binibigay for appointment. It's either you are permanent or temporary. For permanent, issued to PNP personnel who successfully completed all the requirements necessary for the rank. While yung temporary, the status of newly recruited PNP members who meets all the required minimum qualifications lang, except the training requirement of an applicant who entered PNP via waiver program. So, for example, ang waiver mo is weight. And according to the weight waiver requirement, kailangan mag-comply ka after for the duration of 6 months. You are given 6 months para ma-normalize yung BMI mo. So, therefore, your status is just temporary appointment. And kailangan within 6 months, ma-comply mo yung weight waiver, which is ma-normalize mo yung BMI mo. If not, matatanggal ka sa serbisyo. So, thank you very much, and I do hope that you learned a lot for this video discussion. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the professor, and please hit the notification bell for you to be updated for my next upload. So, see you on my next video. Thank you very much.